Well, hey gang, how are you doing? Jonathan here for Tailhunter Sportfishing, and it's time once again for the Mexican Minute La Paz video fishing report. Not coming to you from La Paz, I'll explain that in just a minute, but this is going to cover the fishing action for our Tailhunter Sportfishing fleet in La Paz, Baja, Mexico, for the dates of the 2nd of March through the 12th of March, 2024. Wherever you are, I hope you're doing well. Thank you for checking in. Thanks for spending time with us. And please, if you like what we've been doing all these years, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, a like, and don't forget to subscribe, okay? Anyway, like I said, we're not in La Paz at the moment. As a matter of fact, welcome to the glamorous, elegant life of doing what we do. This is our hotel room. We are in Costa Mesa, California, where we just wrapped up our last and final show of our 2024 tour season. We just finished the Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Show at the Orange County Fairgrounds. Had a spectacular time, saw so many friends, did a lot of bookings. Just great to be back in Southern California, which is kind of our home ground in many, many ways, because Jill and I are originally both from here on a lot of levels. But to see so many of Southern California and a lot of the folks who spend a lot of time in Baja, know about Baja, love this kind of fishing, and just great to see everyone. And thank you so much for everyone who came by, everyone who shook hands, gave us high fives, brought us all kinds of gifts. This was, and typically the first week of March is my birthday, and we're usually at a show, and it's great to have so many people come by. All of the wishes, we thank you so much. All the goodies you brought, all the food you dropped by at our booth. It's just a fun, fun time. And the show, from what I understand, broke all kinds of records. If you didn't make it down, make sure you put it on your calendar for next year. It's a fantastic show. I believe there were over 700 booths, and I don't know, a gazillion people came by for all 4 days. As a matter of fact, if my voice is a little raspy, it's because, well, I kind of lost my voice. We did not leave the booth for 4 straight days, except to run to the head, run right back, maybe get a quick drink of water, because we were talking nonstop. But that's where we are. This is our hotel room right now. We're packing up. This was our last show. We've been on the road for 3 months, so this is kind of what it's like. Hotel rooms and late night dining and just all kinds of craziness. It's a tour, and we've been on the road since about January. I believe the second week of January. We've done shows in all over the country: Reno, Dallas, Nashville, Salt Lake City, here. That's typically what we do this time of year, because down in La Paz, it is the off season. Winds are blowing. The windsurfers are down there. The kiteboarders are down there, because it gets very, very rough, very difficult to fish. Great time if you're into one of those sports, but really our season doesn't quite kick off for another couple weeks. But I will tell you that if you've been listening and watching my videos and reading our reports, you know that it has been very windy. Not many people are out, if anyone at all, but things are getting better. As we get closer to springtime, the winds are diminishing, and hey, you know, there's been some really, really good fishing, and that's what's really crazy is not only are we catching the typical wintertime fish like pargo, cabria, jacks, and you know, the small reef fish, things like that, but there have been blue water species here, and I'm talking about dorado, tuna, billfish, wahoo are in the waters. Problem is that if it's windy, you can't really fish, and since there aren't that many folks fishing anyway, really the only folks that I know that are out there and that we're getting the reports from are our friends who live in La Paz, who have the opportunity to pick and choose the right days to go out, or know when the winds are going to be diminished so they can go out for a few hours, or our friends who are commercial fishermen who also send me reports and photos and let me know what's going out there. Those guys don't have a choice whether the wind's blowing or not. They've got to feed their families, got to put food on the table, so they're out there and they're the ones giving me the reports. But that's the thing. If you find that window when the winds aren't blowing so hard, there are some really crazy fish going on. I don't know if it's the last 2 years since COVID, we've had some of the most spectacular fishing that I've seen in the 30 years that Jill and I have been in La Paz. More and bigger of so many species: roosterfish, sailfish, tuna, dorado. It's just been crazy fishing. And I don't know if the fishing that we have right now is the end of last season, but I'm hopeful that it's really the beginning or continuation into our coming 2024 season, which I'm going to say officially kicks off about the middle of April or so. By then, the winds are down. We've got a lot more folks coming in, and things are going to be hopefully full turbo by then. I think it's going to be very, very good, because the waters are warming up, and they've stayed pretty warm. So they're saying this is an El Nino year, and usually that's very, very good for our fishing season. So we're looking forward to that, and we're happy to have so many reservations. We're filling up really quickly. If you're planning to come down, do not hesitate. We're done with the shows. I'm heading back to La Paz. Well, we're actually from here in Costa Mesa in Orange County. We're going to be driving back to Texas, uh, pack up things or unload things, reload stuff, and get back down home and get started with things down in La Paz in about 2 or 3 weeks. So don't wait. We're not doing any more shows. We're not coming to your town. Get in touch with us. We still have some openings here and there. We'd love to have you. We'd really hate to miss you. But, I will tell you that since our last report, there have been some better conditions, and the yellowtail biting around Espiritu Santo Island, north and south, as well as the northern and southern parts of Cerralvo Island, which are typically really good places for yellowtail. Some of the yellowtail running anywhere from 50 to about 30 to 40 pounds, so some really nice hogs are there. The problem is, of course, is stopping these guys because they are in the rocks, they're in the structure, but lures are working well, mackerel's working well, sardines are working well. And once again, the issue is just making sure that the winds aren't blowing, or if you can get out there, get in, fish, and get back to shore before the winds start blowing, because the fishing has been very, very good. There's also been some spots of tuna that have shown up. There's still some freelance, free-swimming dorado in the area as well, and there have been a couple billfish hooked up. And then inshore, the typical pargo, cabria, amberjack, sierra are still there as well. So there's some really good fishing, and all I got to tell you is just try to find a space when the wind isn't blowing so hard. I'm sorry I haven't been doing these every week. We've been doing these for about 28 years or so. Been in La Paz 30 years, and I try to do a fishing report every single week. The last couple weeks, it's been a little difficult, a little tough to do it when you're on the road. We're moving all the time. We're traveling. We're in hotel rooms. We don't get back from the shows until very, very late at night, and really we're so tired we just collapse and get in a couple of emails and stuff. So I apologize that I haven't been doing these every week. It's been about 2 weeks since my last report, but on the other hand, there really hasn't been much going on. So anyway, just wanted to keep you updated on what's happening. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for checking in. Once again, thank you for everyone who dropped by to say hi at the PCS show, everyone who wished us happy birthday and came by to give us hugs, and we'll see you all down in La Paz. Okay, thanks. I'm Jonathan for the Mexican Minute. God bless. We'll catch you next week.